JBN, we keep you informed. Autopsy reveals that Jodian Ferron died from heart failure. The completed post-mortem for Jodian Ferron, the woman who died after being denied access to health care, has revealed that she died from heart failure. The post-mortem, which was to originally take place yesterday, Tuesday, April 28, was rescheduled to today to allow police investigators to complete their paperwork. Ferron, who would have turned 24 yesterday, died at the University Hospital of the West Indies late Friday after being transferred from the Spanish Town Hospital where she had delivered her first child. 9 detained in connection with seizure of illegal guns. 9 persons were detained on Monday in connection with the seizure of illegal guns in 3 police divisions. 3 men were detained in connection with the seizure of a loaded 9mm Browning pistol during an operation in Denham Town, West Kingston, about 11 a.m. In St. Anne, 5 persons were held after the cops found a loaded pistol in Ocho Rios. A 22-year-old man was arrested in connection with the seizure of a Glock pistol containing 17 rounds of ammunition during a police operation in Nannyville, St. Andrew. 2 men arrested for stealing 400 pounds of pumpkins. Officers from the St. Catherine South Police Division have arrested 2 men in connection with the theft of over 400 pounds of pumpkins from a farm in Bernard Lodge, St. Catherine, on Monday, April 27. Police reports indicate that about 9:45 p.m., officers were on foot patrolling the area when 4 men were seen leaving a farm with bags. On the approach of the police, the men dropped the bags and ran. 2 of them were afterwards caught by the police officers. After a search of the bags, pumpkins were found inside and the men were arrested after they failed to properly account for the pumpkins. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Taxi driver charged with St. Anne murder. A man has been charged with murder following the death of 38-year-old Kingsley Williams, otherwise called Job, in Mount Maria, St. Anne on Thursday, April 23. Charged is 31-year-old Zane Chambers, a taxi operator of Plowden, Manchester. According to the police, about 10 p.m. on April 23, the men were engaged in an argument when Chambers allegedly used an object to hit Williams in the head, causing him to fall to the ground. Chambers then reportedly strangled Williams. The police were summoned and Williams was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Chambers was arrested and later charged. His court date is being finalized. PMP's Winston De La Haye resigns. People's National Party PMP caretaker for East Central St. Catherine, Dr. Winston De La Haye, has resigned with immediate effect after receiving a threat on his life. He made the announcement on Twitter yesterday. I have been participating on this platform as a PMP candidate for East Central St. Catherine. After receiving a threat on my life, I have seen it fit to submit my resignation with immediate effect, he shared in a tweet. Haye said he intends to continue contributing to Jamaica's development. Moments after, the party acknowledged his resignation and thanked him for his service. The PMP said it will act expeditiously to identify a standard bearer in the constituency. Jamaica now at 396 COVID cases. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has announced that Jamaica now has 396 confirmed cases of the coronavirus COVID-19, with the addition of 32 new positives over the last 48 hours. Of the 32 new cases, there are 11 males and 21 females, with ages ranging from 1-year-old to 71 years. 15 are associated with the workplace cluster in St. Catherine. 11 cases are contacts of confirmed cases. 1 is an imported case and 5 are under investigation. Of the 396 confirmed cases, 202 are employees of the workplace cluster in St. Catherine. Their ages range from 18 to 53 years. They include 151 females and 51 males. They are primarily from the parishes of St. Catherine, Kingston, and St. Andrew. Tufton also confirmed that an employee of another BPO in Kingston has tested positive for COVID-19. The employee, a resident of St. Catherine, has been placed in isolation at a government facility. The BPO has been temporarily closed to facilitate supervised cleaning. Dr. Tufton said the health departments in Kingston and the St. Andrew and the St. Catherine have begun contact tracing to ascertain those who may have come in contact with the employee with a view to quarantine or isolate, test and treat as appropriate. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dunstan Bryan, also revealed that the Health Ministry has received $2.8 billion for the ministry's COVID-19 response efforts. $2.5 billion has been spent so far, with negotiations ongoing for additional sums for the next 6 months. There are currently 385 persons in isolation and 89 in quarantine in a government facility. 7 persons have died, 29 persons have recovered. Portland, keen on keeping COVID-19 numbers low, picking out their own produce at the market, was part of their shopping ritual Calvin Renford and his wife relished. But with the onset of COVID-19 locally, the couple has to now explore new means of grocery shopping. They reside in Breastworks, Portland, one of the 3 communities in the northeastern parish which falls on the Health Ministry's radar, as Lorenzo Hume, the parish's chief public health inspector, revealed on April 9. Springbank and Hector's River round out the list. At that time, 5 people had tested positive for the deadly coronavirus in the parish, with Hume expressing concern that at least 1,000 residents could be at risk of being infected by asymptomatic carriers of the virus, which causes the COVID-19 respiratory disease. The parish has seen an additional 2 cases since. Renford, a retired teacher who falls in the at-risk group by virtue of being a senior citizen, said that while he's not overly worried about contracting the virus, he has been taking the necessary precaution. He was speaking last week after making a short trip to Port Antonio, donning his protective face mask. I phoned someone and asked them to purchase the things for us. So I called him and found out that it was ready. I went down, paid him and collected the bags right at the market gate. Then I rode my bicycle back up to the house, Renford explained. In Springbank, Camille Mary said fellow residents have been compliant with the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew order, and many persons only leave the community to conduct essential business. Meanwhile, in Hector's River, residents saluted the family of a COVID-19 patient who has since recovered. Him quarantined himself, and his wife nor nobody never catch it. Nobody now scan nobody or anything down here. But we always look out for strange people who are coming at the area, Wendell Manning explained. He added that fear of contracting the virus is minimal in the area, and most residents wear masks or handkerchiefs to cover their nose and mouth. Another resident, Winston Wallace, said the community is keen on preventing an outbreak. If we know or if we hear of any outsiders being in the area, no matter who the person is, we are going to put it to the police because we don't want it to knock up our area, Wallace said. Jamaican to be deported from the Bahamas after breaching curfew order. A Jamaican woman is to be deported from the Bahamas after being fined for breaching the curfew order to help curtail the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19 there. The convict, 25-year-old Shanice Thomas of Kingston, was among several individuals who appeared in a Bahamian magistrate's court on Monday for curfew and lockdown infractions, according to the local newspaper. Thomas pleaded guilty to the charge and was subsequently fined $500 Bahamian with an alternative of 3 months in prison. It is alleged that on Sunday, April 26 at about 10:25 p.m., the police saw Thomas on New Providence Highway. She was later arrested and charged. The Bahamian government had imposed a 24-hour curfew on weekdays, while on weekends, complete lockdowns were enforced from Fridays at 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. on Mondays. In defending her actions, Thomas told the presiding magistrate that she left her house because she received a call from a male friend who asked her to visit his office for 2 hours to provide him with assistance. The Jamaican further said her friend had told her that he had called the Bahamian COVID-19 emergency hotline to get permission for her to visit him. The magistrate, however, told Thomas that she should have called the emergency hotline herself if she needed to leave her house. After handing down the fine, the magistrate told Thomas that she would be deported to Jamaica once travel restrictions are lifted. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.